we talk about organic products in our lawns, that's something everyone's trying to educate themselves about now.
Yeah, great. So I think with lawn care, obviously reducing lawns has been something that has been talked a lot about. But the big thing is we will have lawns in our landscape. There's some value to having lawns. I mean, we're using it for recreation. So it's about how we manage that lawn and the inputs that we put into it. And so reducing pesticides, reducing our fertilizers, those are things that we can do by making simple steps. First of all, let's just take a look here. You can see that there is a mixed stand. This isn't a straight stand of bluegrass or turf grass. We have some clover mixed in. Clover is a great plant to be mixed in with the lawn because it can actually take nitrogen out of the air that we breathe and convert it into nitrogen that the plants can use to grow. And so mixing clover in, which you see here, can make a more sustainable lawn. And if it's mixed in evenly like you see here, it really, you can't notice it as much. It's not an aesthetic issue. So reducing that input on fertilizers, thinking about how often we fertilize as well is very important. So, you know, a lot of times there's the Scott's 4-step program. You put down those 4 applications. Those often are for the highest input lawn you could think of. And not all of our lawns are going to need all that fertilizer and all those pesticides put down. If you return your grass clippings, you can reduce how much fertilizer you do. So rather than bagging your clippings every week, putting those clippings back down onto the ground, those nutrients get recycled. Again, we can reduce the amount of fertilizer we put. Another big tip, raise your mowing height up. So especially in the summertime when it starts getting hot and dry, if you start cutting your grass really short during those months, our root systems are going to be as shallow as our mowing height. So if the shorter you mow your grass, the shallower your roots are going to be. So by raising your mowing height up in those stressful periods, your roots are going to be able to grow deeper. They'll be able to tolerate longer those unfavorable environmental conditions. And also it'll reduce how much watering we have to do. That's another big thing is irrigation systems can be useful to keep our grass growing throughout the year and through tough conditions, but oftentimes they get misused. So overwatering is the worst thing you can do to a lawn because it really creates shallow roots, you get more disease, and that's how the grass actually dies. If you let a plant go dormant, so if it gets really hot and dry, you stop watering it, the grass might look brown and like it's dead, but it actually will recover once it starts raining and more favorable environmental conditions come back. And it's natural for the grass to go through those dormancy periods. So not irrigating at all, if that's possible, is really a great sustainable method. And then maybe the last thing to talk about with lawns too is the weed control. So obviously clover is not a bad issue for us here, but there's certainly issues with crabgrass, dandelions, that maybe are more unsightly, might create more issues with the aesthetics of the lawn. So the best way to prevent those weeds is to overseed on a regular basis. So we like to do it here at least 2 times a year, at least in the spring and the end of the summer. And you can overseed in any bare areas with desirable grass species. In the springtime, the ryegrass, so this time of the year, we like to use more ryegrass. It germinates very quickly, even in cooler temperatures. It'll fill in before our crabgrass season comes. Towards the end of the summer, where soil temperatures are a little warmer, might want to get more of our desirable species. The fescues really tolerate lower fertility, less water, so fine fescue or tall fescue, those are both great mixes for more of a low input lawn. And overseeding them towards the end of the summer, early fall is the best time to do that.